First thing to let go is to declutter emotional baggage and toxic relationships. We've all been there, holding onto grudges, anger, or relationships that no longer serve us. It's like carrying around a heavy backpack filled with rocks. Trust me, I've done it, and it's exhausting. Letting go of emotional baggage doesn't mean you're forgetting what happened. It means you're choosing not to let it control your future. Start by identifying the emotions or relationships that are weighing you down. Maybe it's anger towards a family member or resentment towards an ex. Whatever it is, acknowledge it, and then make a conscious decision to release it. For toxic relationships, it might be time for some tough love. Sometimes, the kindest thing we can do for ourselves is to distance ourselves from people who consistently bring negativity into our lives. It's not always easy, but it's necessary for our well-being. 2. Declutter old hobbies and projects. We all have that drawer filled with abandoned hobby supplies or half-finished projects. They sit there, silently judging us every time we open the drawer. It's time to face them. Take a good look at your hobbies and projects. Which ones still spark joy? Which ones feel more like obligations? It's okay to admit that your interests have changed. That scrapbooking kit you bought 5 years ago. If you hadn't touched it in years, it might be time to let it go. Letting go of old hobbies doesn't mean you failed. It means you're making space for new passions that align with who you are now. Maybe that guitar gathering dust could make a budding musician very happy, or those craft supplies could be donated to a local school. 3. Declutter social media. In our digital age, social media can be both a blessing and a curse. It connects us with friends and family, but it can also be a huge time suck and source of negative emotions. Let's be honest, how many times have you found yourself mindlessly scrolling through your feed only to realize an hour has passed? I once did a social media audit and was shocked to find I was following over 1,000 accounts on Instagram alone. Many of these were brands I no longer cared about or people I didn't even remember meeting. It was time for a digital spring cleaning. Start by unfollowing accounts that don't bring value to your life. That could be influencers who make you feel bad about yourself, or news sources that always leave you feeling anxious. Remember, social media should be a tool that enhances your life, not controls it. By decluttering your digital social space, you're making room for more meaningful content and real-life connections. Did you find the video helpful so far? Please consider liking the video and type "I can declutter" in the comments below. And if you're ready to declutter your home, don't forget to join my 7-day declutter challenge, link in the description. 4. Declutter your digital devices. Our phones, tablets, and computers are amazing tools, but they can quickly become digital junkyards if we're not careful. Just like physical clutter, digital clutter can slow us down and cause stress. Start with your apps. Go through them one by one and ask yourself, when was the last time I used this? If it's been more than 6 months, it might be time to say goodbye. Be ruthless. You can always re-download an app if you find you really need it later. Next, tackle your photos and videos. We all have those blurry photos or 20 versions of the same sunset. Keep the best ones and delete the rest. Consider using cloud storage for important files to free up space on your device. By decluttering your digital devices, you're not just freeing up storage space. You're creating a more efficient and stress-free digital environment for yourself in the new year. 5. Declutter old goals and plans. As we approach a new year, it's natural to think about setting new goals. But before we do that, it's important to take a look at our old goals and plans. Take some time to review your goals from the past year. Which ones did you achieve? Which ones fell by the wayside? For the ones you didn't achieve, ask yourself why. Was it due to external circumstances, or did your interests or priorities change? It's okay to let go of goals that no longer serve you. Maybe that side hustle idea doesn't excite you anymore, or perhaps you've realized that learning a third language isn't as important to you as you once thought. Letting go of these goals isn't failing. It's making room for new aspirations that truly resonate with who you are now. 6. Declutter kitchen items. The kitchen is often the heart of the home, but it can also be a magnet for clutter. From gadgets we never use to expired pantry items, our kitchens can quickly become overwhelming spaces. Start with your pantry. Check expiration dates and toss anything that's past its prime. Be honest with yourself about those exotic ingredients you bought for that one recipe you never got around to making. If you hadn't used it in a year, it might be time to let it go. Next, tackle your kitchen gadgets and appliances. Do you really need 3 different types of graters? How about that bread maker that's been gathering dust since 2018? Keep the items you use regularly and consider donating the rest. Someone else might get great use out of that juicer you never quite figured out. 7. Declutter your closet. I used to have a closet full of clothes, but always felt like I had nothing to wear. Sound familiar? That's because half of my clothes didn't fit properly, weren't my style anymore, or were items I was holding onto just in case. Start by taking everything out of your closet. Yes, everything. It's a bit overwhelming, but it's the best way to really see what you have. Now, sort your clothes into 3 piles: keep, donate, and toss. The keep pile should be for items that fit well, make you feel good, and that you've worn in the last year. The donate pile is for clothes in good condition that just don't work for you anymore. Maybe they don't fit, or perhaps they're not your style. Someone else could love and use these items. The toss pile is for anything that's stained, torn, or worn out beyond repair. It's okay to let these items go. They've served their purpose. As you put your keep items back, organize them in a way that makes sense for you. Maybe by color, by type of clothing, or by occasion. The goal is to be able to see and access everything easily. 8. Declutter old mementos. Sentimental items can be the hardest things to declutter. That ticket stub from your first concert, the seashell from that beach vacation, the card from your college graduation. These items hold memories, and it can feel like getting rid of them means losing those memories. The key to decluttering mementos is to be selective. You don't need to keep every single item to preserve a memory. Choose the items that truly resonate with you, that bring back the strongest and happiest memories. For items you're not sure about, try taking a photo before letting them go. This way, you still have the memory without the physical clutter. You might even create a digital scrapbook of these photos, which can be a lovely way to revisit memories without taking up physical space. Consider creating a memory box for each year or each family member. Limit yourself to keeping only what fits in the box. This helps you prioritize what's truly important and prevents sentimental clutter from taking over your space. 9. Declutter paper clutter. In our digital age, you'd think paper clutter would be a thing of the past. But somehow, those piles of mail, bills, and random documents seem to multiply when we're not looking. It's time to tackle the paper monster. Start by sorting your papers into categories: bills to pay, documents to file, papers to shred, and recycling. For bills and important documents, consider setting up a simple filing system. The key is to have a place for everything so papers don't end up in random piles. For those who are comfortable with technology, consider going digital where possible. Many banks and utility companies offer paperless billing options. You can also scan important documents and store them securely in the cloud. Don't forget about old magazines and newspapers. If you hadn't read them by now, you probably won't. Recycle them and consider canceling subscriptions you don't read regularly. 10. Declutter skincare and makeup. Our bathrooms often become a graveyard for half-used lotions, expired makeup, and products we bought on a whim but never really liked. It's time to simplify our beauty routines and make space for products we actually use and love. Start by gathering all your skincare and makeup products in one place. Check expiration dates. Yes, beauty products do expire. Mascara typically lasts 3 to 6 months, while powders can last up to 2 years. If you can't remember when you bought something, it's probably time to let it go. Don't forget about your medicine cabinet. Check expiration dates on medications and supplements. Expired medicines can be ineffective or even harmful, so it's important to dispose of them properly. Many pharmacies have take-back programs for old medications. As you put things back, organize them in a way that makes sense for your routine. Keep daily use items easily accessible and store occasional use items out of the way. There you have it, 10 things to let go of before New Year. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to join my free 7-day declutter challenge to take your decluttering journey to the next level. Click the link in the description to sign up.